recorded live at 4ZZZ Studios, Meanjin, Brisbane.
On 102.1 FM.
And broadcast across Australia on the Community Radio Network.
You're listening to Z Games.
Z Games brings you the best in gaming news, reviews, community and culture. Want to reach out?
Share your hot take?
Or do you just want to share your favourite game?
Find us on socials at ZEDGamesAU.
Hey, 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 hey.
Hey, 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 hey.
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 It is Z Games.
That it is.
We are here on 4ZZZ.
We are.
I am Maylee.
I am Peter.
And that's it.
Yes,
it's just the two of us tonight.
I very much must point out it is another Maylee and Peter week.
I like it. We're taking over.
I know.
It's just...
We have a lot to talk about, though.
We do. We're talking...
It's just the two of us this week, again, but
there
is a lot to talk about.
Different gaming tastes, but also we agree on some fundamental...
Very, very much
We're just talking.
Yes.
And this is an unpopular opinion. Or at least I feel like it is.
It's a less popular opinion, but I wouldn't say... There is a decent amount of the community out there that I think would probably agree with us.
We both agree that we love a multiplayer game. More games should be multiplayer.
Yeah.
Put it in everything.
Yeah, not specifically PvP, ones you can play with your friends or with other people sort of idea. It's
fun.
Much more enjoyable for at least the both of us to pick up a game and go, cool, this is cool, single player, I'm enjoying it. But if you have the option to play with somebody else through it, 100% of the time we'll pick that option if someone's available to play it sort of idea. Which will probably come up in a couple of our gaming tastes a little bit later.
Yes.
Discussions and whatnot.
Yes, it will. We'll leave that. We'll get into it. I'm feeling energetic. We have some news prepared.
We do.
By Paul, I believe. Paul has prepared some news.
Paul has prepared some news.
Take it away. I wonder what...
Are we prepared for Paul's news, though?
No.
No, that's never a good
I've read
question.
it. Have I listened? No.
No. Okay. Let's go.
Take it away.
This week in gaming news, Sony held a state of play this week to promote upcoming titles for the PS5. Off the bat, we saw the soon-to-be-released DLC for Astrobot, featuring 5 speedrunning levels and 10 new bots, including Helldivers and Stellar Blade. Other DLC announcements included a Sonic Cross Shadow movie pack featuring Keanu Reeves as Shadow the Hedgehog, releasing on December 12th to tie in with the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog 3 film. And the final DLC for Alan Wake 2, The Lake House, which will be out in October and looks to be leaning heavily into the horror aspects of the franchise. A remaster for the classic games Soul Reaver 1 and 2 will be coming December 10th by Aspyr, who were recently responsible for the Tomb Raider remasters. Palworld for the PS5 got a release date of that very same day, and Monster Hunter Wilds finally got a release for February 28th, 2025. Despite many thinking Sony had already abandoned the platform, PSVR 2 had a strong presence in the state of play, including Metro Awakening VR, Hitman World of Assassination, and the newly announced The Midnight Walk, made by the developers behind Lost in Random, a striking adventure game entirely handcrafted in clay and stop-motion animated. It's playable in VR and flat screen. The show ended with the big announcement. The sequel to Ghost of Tsushima was revealed. Set 300 years after the events of the original game and with a new protagonist, players will be welcomed into the world of Ghost of Yotai in 2025. Some news bites. As if startled by the announcement of Ghost of Yotai, Ubisoft have announced Assassin's Creed Shadows has been delayed until February 14th next year. How romantic. Nintendo, like a middle-aged giant tortoise, is now 135 years old. Happy birthday, you absolute freak. Meta have announced the Quest 3S. This headset creates a new, more affordable VR entry tier with the power of the Quest 3 and the optics of the Quest 2. It will be available at a starting price of $500 Australian. After recent layoffs and restructuring, Behaviour Interactive, developers of Dead by Daylight, has acquired Red Hook Studios, of Darkest Dungeon fame, in a bid to diversify and reduce the individual risk to both companies. Platinum Games has done the near unheard of and managed to acquire the IP for one of their games from Nintendo. The Wonderful 101 is now in the safe, loving hands of its developer. Upcoming game releases. September 27th, we'll see Earth Defense Force World Brothers 2 for PlayStation platforms and Switch. Mechbellium for PC. Shadows of Doubt gets a port to Xbox Series X and S and PS5. And EA Sports Football Club 25 comes to pretty much everything. September 28th, we'll see Renatius for PlayStation platforms, PC and Switch. And October 2nd, we'll see Master Detective Archives Raincode Plus for PS5, Xbox Series X and PC, and Throne and Liberty for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. That's all this week in gaming news. Ta-da!
Brush up on your pop culture knowledge for Netherworld's ongoing, fiercely competitive Trivia Night, every Wednesday from 6:30pm sharp. There are prizes each week for the top 3 teams, so you've got to be current on your movie, TV, games and general weird stuff knowledge. Register your team online weekly at trivia.netherworldarcade.com. Netherworld is a proud sponsor of 4ZZZ.
I'm Maylee. Who
I'm
are
Peter.
you? You're Peter.
I'm Peter. Yes,
And
it's
who are
Maylee
we?
and Peter show
That's
on
what this is
4ZZZ,
called,
not
the
Z
Maylee
Games
Show.
anymore. Yeah,
Yeah, we've
No,
taken over.
Definitely Z Games here at 4ZZZ.
And I want to know what you've been playing lately. I definitely am not using this topic as an excuse for me to bring up that Frostpunk 2 has officially released.
Yep, she is obsessed.
I haven't played it nearly as much as I would like to.
Would you have played it more if it was co-op or versus co-op?
No. Oh, yes. Oh,
So you've got 2 competing cities sort of idea, and it's not so much you're versing each other to
so
attack or defend or anything, but it's more about who's the better city.
Frostpunk 2, I think actually, well, Frostpunk could work for multiplayer because they have this whole thing in the first game. I don't know if it's in the second game because I'm not up to that point yet. I haven't seen it. But where they have other settlements that you can like trade with and stuff.
Okay.
And you could totally have that be like a multiplayer mechanic. It'd be
Work
fun.
together or work against.
Yeah.
Yep.
But no, I if it had that, I'd just want to play it more and be even sadder that I haven't had the time.
It will come, Maylee. It will come.
Yes. So will my review. So
Yes. I
some
imagine
point.
so. It will be in depth and thorough,
It will.
and after many hundreds or thousands of hours, I'm sure.
We'll see. We'll see. What about you? What have you been playing?
I have been doing my usual World of Warcraft, but the game that has taken me away from it, Space Marine 2, but this week, the Spell Brigade, a game I reviewed a little while ago for its demo or beta access and things like that, has
Yes, I
hit
remember.
early access, so do recommend people, if you want to check it out, go and check it out. It's still got the free demo up as well, which they are updating along with the early access version of the game. But if you do wish to purchase it, it's only $13 at the moment, which is really, really good. But 4-player Vampire Survivors-esque bullet heaven, really cute, really adorable little wizards running around casting spells. But the big draw for it is that it's got friendly fire. So you have to be running around the map, but you have to watch where your spells that you don't direct are being cast. There's several different difficulties, lots of different wizards. It is a lot of fun. They've added matchmaking, which hasn't yet worked for me, but is hopefully going to work.
The woes
as
of
we get.
being Australian.
Yes, I'm assuming they're just mostly on different time
You're
zones
just
or
going to
other
hop
things
on
or
at
whatnot.
2 a.m.
Or, maybe this update will get a few people to purchase it, and I'll start being able to get a few more matchmaking.
Buy it. Play with Peter.
Yeah, for $13, you could go a lot worse sort of idea. They've already done their first update, and it's only been a few days since it got released into early access sort of thing.
Says here $14.50.
Oh, the discount's gone off. Okay.
You missed your chance.
Oh, well, it's so
I
much
mean,
more expensive now.
$14.50, just ridiculous pricing for a game.
Yeah, no, definitely way
Good
too
deal.
expensive. Nobody can afford it at the moment sort of idea. But there is a couple of gripes that I have with it, other than just the, matchmaking, not being able to find other games and whatnot. There is some definite bugs and whatnot being early access, but the devs are pretty on top of it. They've got a countdown in the game for how long until the next update comes out.
I think that's so cute.
I know. I appreciate that, especially for an early access game. You're not
good
left
communication.
wondering, when am I expecting another update to come out? Their updates are pretty thorough in regards to documentation and stuff, and as a game dev myself, I do appreciate having a good list of what's being updated. But I appreciate that they're actually, identifying their updates based on whether it's a community-driven update or one that they've noticed for a bug or something. And a majority of them at the moment are very much from the feedback from the community in regards to stuff they've noticed and fixed from that sort of idea. The update that came out just last night added in an entirely new spell, which I wasn't expecting.
Ooh.
Sort of thing. Falling Stars, I think, is what the spell's called, sort of idea. But yeah, a lot of fun, a lot of customization in there as you level up and whatnot as well. But yeah, definitely looking for more people to play it with. So for $14.50, no discounts, definitely worthwhile picking up. The one thing I do hope that they do add eventually is a couch co-op mode, because they've only got the online stuff at the moment. There is no remote play, so I can't just pull in a couple of friends from wherever they are at the moment to join me on my copy of the game. They do need to purchase it. Not a bad thing, more money going to the devs sort of idea to keep
fair
them
enough.
working. As far as I can tell, it's only a 6-person dev team as well.
Ooh.
Couple of older gents, couple of younger gents, kind of just making a game together. So, yeah.
And communicating with the people. I like it.
Yes, very, very much so. And there is some DLC already for it sort of idea, which is just a supporter pack for the devs. I think it's $7.50 or something.
It is $7.50. Good job.
$7.50.
Or you can get it and the game for less than $20.
Yeah, that's what I did, sort of thing. But yeah, it's an adorable little grayscale, early sketched artwork of all the different wizards
It's so
from the
cute.
game and whatnot.
I'm looking at it.
It's definitely, I think one of the artworks is kind of like a straight out of Wizard School artwork, so like one of those old CD cover-esque sort of things. That's it.
Yes.
The Spell Brigade, straight out of Wizard School, something parental wizard advisory or whatnot.
Wizard
Check it out on
advisory,
Steam. It's,
magical content.
Yep.
Get it. Go look. Check it out. Get your Bullet Heaven, Bullet Hell co-op play.
Bullet
All
Heaven,
games.
Yes,
Should be multiplayer.
they should.
It's
There
not
should
a
be
take I
some sort of
stand by, but
multiplayer.
it's close. I like the multiplayer.
Yeah.
All right. I'm glad we checked in.
Yeah,
Glad we've
I'll give
seen
you
it.
more updates eventually once it gets 1.0, but I'm glad it's on early access now and I can help support the devs even more.
Yeah.
And yeah, just a hell of a lot of chaos.
It's always good. Always need more.
You're listening to Z Games at 4ZZZ.
You're listening to Z Games on 4ZZZ.
Oi, mate, you're listening to Z Games at 4ZZZ.
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 Got a bit carried away.
Welcome back to Z Games here on 4ZZZ.
4ZZZ.
I'm Maylee,
Peter.
and you just heard We're Growing Up from the game Growing Up.
I did that at some point.
You did?
Yeah, I grew up.
Me too.
Yeah,
I
not mentally.
kind of regret it.
Just very much vertically.
That's worse, because then you have the financial responsibilities of an adult, but not the...
Yeah. But not the desire to do the financial
Oh my
responsibilities.
gosh, no. The desire to do anything else. The desire to just play Frostpunk all day.
Yep.
But I had to work my job so I could afford the deluxe edition of Frostpunk
you didn't
pre-order.
have to.
I did.
But you didn't want to deal with the consequences of not doing
No,
that.
actually, I legally had to purchase it.
Yep.
I had to.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have coped. But I do play other games.
Yes, as we do
other
all.
than Frostpunk.
Mm-hmm.
A wide variety of game. I like to indulge.
Yeah.
And when life is stressful,
Yes.
full of jobs, I like a bit of simulation, a bit of hustle and bustle in my games. It seems sort of...
It's always appreciated to try a little bit of simulation type games to see what the other sort of things that you don't want to do on a daily basis.
Yes. I have a review for a game that I've been playing recently,
Yep.
and it is a perfect example of what I don't want to be doing on a daily basis. Not the game, what I'm doing in the game.
Yes. You don't want to be doing it in the real world, so you're doing it in a video game instead.
Yes.
That's why video games exist.
Spoiler, there's a lot of bodily fluids in this
Ooh.
game. Anyway, I've been playing Tavern Manager Simulator, which is...
That doesn't seem like it should have a lot of bodily fluids, but
Oh,
I'm
it
going
does.
to guess why.
It's It's what the name suggests.
Yep.
You're managing a simulated tavern. Yes.
Yep.
You take charge of your own tavern in a fantastical medieval world.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got to try and make a name for yourself as the best food and drink establishment in the kingdom.
Okay.
So you're posting up on the side of a big road.
Mm-hmm.
People walk past, and you gotta woo them with your amazing offerings.
Okay.
So you start, as a lot of these things do, with the ramshackled building that you have to clean up and pry the boards and
given to you by your grandparent / friend / uncle /
I never read in games, so I don't know. I don't know how I got this tavern.
How do you play games?
I don't read. I don't do the tutorials, and I don't read.
How are you playing Frostpunk 2? Beside the point.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Not well.
Okay, right.
I learn by trial and error.
Okay, so I imagine this is a majority of the population that don't do tutorials for some reason, because everybody tells me they don't. I'm one of the weird people that actually does a tutorial and reads. Maybe that's why I tend to get good at games really quick, but then...
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Tavern Manager.
This game doesn't really need a tutorial. It's pretty simple. You clean up and then you furnish it, decorate it.
Nice rugs.
Yes.
Nice rugs. Cool.
Keep your storeroom, order in your beers, your wines, your cheeses, your soups, all of that, and get people to come in. So in the game, the tasks that you're managing generally fall into one of two categories. So physically moving around the tavern, moving things from point A to point B. That could be the cooking or the serving or the cleaning, all of that stuff.
Yep.
And then there's some...
Actually operating the tavern.
Yes.
Okay.
And then there's some pretty simple quick time events for specific jobs, some cleaning, some cooking.
Okay.
So it's very simple.
Yep.
Simple game. But it shines in the moments where everything's really busy.
Okay.
And you have 100 tasks to juggle, but only 3 hands.
Okay.
The game, you have 3 hands in the game.
Okay.
Yeah, anyway, it's just a fact.
Right, okay.
We just accept.
It's a fantasy tavern simulator. Sure, 3 hands. Got it.
As you upgrade your tavern, you can hire fairies to help out.
Okay.
They can wash the dishes, wait tables, cook food, and pour drinks, but only to the standard quality. So if you want the best, you got to do it yourself. And you do want the best because sometimes you have noble guests, special guests, not the common folk.
Right.
And they
so not the
deserve
beer
best.
garden. These people are going to the cocktail bar.
Yes, they have their own
wine
separate
cellar. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, they're very fancy.
Fancy.
So these fairies basically take everything off your table, but not quite everything. I've gotten to near the end of this game, but I have checked and I've seen other people talking, so this is a fact, even if I got to the end. The one thing the fairies will not do is clean.
Okay.
And I think I understand why that's the case.
Are you paying the fairies?
You have to keep them fed, so you have to buy the magical dust.
So I can understand why they're not cleaning then, if they're not being paid.
Well, they're my magical fairy slaves.
Yep.
They should do what I say.
Yep. But you're not paying them, so I can understand them not wanting to clean stuff.
I don't want to...
I don't want to clean my own house, but I pay myself with food to do that.
That's fair.
So I can kind of understand the, paying the fairies with food, but not paying them. But depends on what they have to clean up, and I imagine a tavern would be a lot worse.
Yes.
Yes.
And like I said,
having visited
makes sense.
Drinking establishments, yes, the cleaning would be a lot worse.
If the fairies could do everything, then at the end there would be nothing left to do, and they want to still have something.
Sounds like a business owner.
But why is it the cleaning? If the fairies can handle everything else, it's not Tavern Manager Simulator. It's sweeping floors, picking up trash, and unclogging toilets simulator.
Visceral tavern manager cleaner.
I become not the tavern manager, but the tavern cleaner.
Right.
I get a demotion. I don't like it. But I have seen a lot of people bring this up, so I'm hoping they'll hustle around. I want to be Tavern Chef Simulator.
Okay,
That's
so you
my
want
goal.
to choose what you want to do. You don't want to do the one thing that
Yeah.
is not programmed in to do it yet.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. There is actually one other thing that they don't do.
Okay.
They don't decorate the tavern. They don't furnish the tavern.
Well, no, that's
And
your job as the manager.
I love doing that.
Yeah.
I love putting my little things.
Okay, so if they got rid of the cleaning and the fairies did that, you would still have something to do, which is mostly just the decoration and planning.
Yeah.
Okay, so the actual management component.
Or I have to order the fairies' food and the produce. But yeah, the game offers a good amount of furniture and decorations that you order in with your hard-earned gold and place basically anywhere except for in the kitchen because that gets.
Can I have a fern near the door?
A fern?
Just a fern. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You
good.
can. You can have multiple ferns near the door.
No, just one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will I will warn you that the ferns at least don't like lock in place. So they'll sit there pretty comfortably and the NPCs won't bother them, but in my sweeping duties I'll often just knock over a fern. Which
How
is
could you?
Frustrating.
That fern is a living plant.
It's fine, I pick it up. So they said, in the front page of the game that they have a broad, diverse range of decoration styles to choose from, but I don't agree.
Okay.
I disagree. It all felt like very standard medieval tavern decor.
Okay.
But that's not a huge issue because I was decorating a medieval tavern.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I wanted, that globe and that shield on the wall.
This is an age of tavern keepers where you've got to go through multiple ages of taverns. Like, you're not starting in the Stone Age with just a rock and water, or going through to a cyberpunk future of bar and
that
whatnot.
sounds good, though.
Age of tavern keepers. Next big game from them.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. It is their first game, so maybe.
Oh, good on them.
So.
Yes.
Back to moving on past the decoration.
Right.
No, no more decorations.
No
Serving
more
people.
Yes. The core part of a tavern.
Yeah, people come in,
Yep.
sit at your tables. You got to make sure there's enough tables for them, and if you don't, you got to expand it. You bring them their food. You can chat to them. They have a little bit of dialogue.
Oh, nice.
It's fairly standard stuff, but all rumors throughout the kingdom.
Rumors throughout the land and kingdom.
Yes. And as you serve more customers, your reputation grows. And then you get to upgrade your tavern for more space to fill with random knickknacks and people. But mostly ferns.
Maybe a second fern.
Maybe.
I
don't want to go overboard.
Okay, no.
It's a beautiful system.
Especially if you're going to knock them over all the time.
It's not my fault. But the problem is, upgrading your reputation isn't the only prerequisite to upgrading your tavern.
Okay.
For some reason, the upgrades are locked behind arbitrary crests like serve 30 bowls of soup.
To one person? That's a lot of soup.
It's a lot of soup. Even when you got a really big tavern, really busy, it can take a long time to have 30 people come in and specifically order soup.
Yeah.
So even if I've upped my reputation and I have all the money, sometimes I wasn't able to upgrade and progress in the game for a long time.
Because you're waiting for these extra things.
Yeah, and there's no way I could make that go faster. And it was really frustrating.
There was no soup of the day that you could put on or anything. Oh.
Worst part of the game, that is my biggest problem. Didn't like it.
No soup of the day.
Felt arbitrary.
Yeah. No, those sort of things are you'd think would be easy enough to put into the game, just like something to prompt for the thing that you're wanting.
Yeah.
Either background programmed or otherwise, but yeah, is it early access or is it released?
It is released.
Okay.
But it does still have a little bit of that early access vibe, I think, because like I said, it is their first game.
Yep. They can improve it over time and add these extra things in and whatnot with updates. And...
The core is all there, and there's some really good parts of it, but some of the things that they marketed the game on aren't fully delivered on. Like random game events. They say there's random game events, and there is, but there's 3 of them.
Okay. So random choice between one of three is not really a lot of variation there. Not to the extent that you'd feel like it was random enough. It's just like, okay, which of these three things?
You get one every couple days.
Yep.
But the game, you play through, it's not that hard to get through a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You've
seen everything that kind of
I've seen someone robbing my storeroom.
Yep.
Stop robbing my storeroom. I don't like it.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen that often, I don't imagine.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's not the best part, but it's hard. Would I recommend Tavern Manager Simulator?
Is there enough fun in there for it to be worthwhile?
I think that definitely depends on who you are as a person.
Okay.
Despite the issues that I had, I was able to lose myself in this hustle bustle mindset and be really stressed out about the game, and that relaxed me. Like, it's been good.
Yep.
For a few hours. And probably just for a few hours. But the game costs less than $20, which is, is that worth it to you? I think that's the question you have to ask. And also, it's been out for just a couple of weeks, and they have already added some things in. Like they're still working
so they're
on
actively working on it.
Actively. Every time that I've checked the store page, like the devs are streaming, like they're working on it, and I'm hoping that the game will receive future updates that add some more of those details that they were promising and add a more meaningful difficulty curve at the end. I think if you really like this sort of game, it's probably worth it for you. Otherwise, maybe keep an eye on it.
It's just a whether you invest now, so that way you've got it, try it out, and then maybe come back to it in 6 months, a year, or something, and see what they've added in that change it and make it an
one
improved
of those.
games.
I think I'm probably at the end, but I probably will check back in on it next year.
So similar to me with the Spell Brigade, where it's progressing, and I can see this progressing. It's got the issues, but they're working on it. So
also, if you aren't a fan of bodily fluids, vomit, piss, poop. What's the other one?
Just general viscera. What other sort of? I don't want to think of what other sort of bodily fluids are in a tavern at this point. It's not a nightclub, so
no. There's a lot of vomit. We'll just stick with there's a lot of vomiting going on.
Yeah. Stop serving your people a lot of alcohol.
Well, yeah, you do
just put a drink limit on.
You do get to get people who have too much alcohol. They ragdoll, and you get to throw them out. That's fun.
That could be
highlight
fun.
of the game.
Yeah. Is there a specific room you could chuck them in?
I didn't, but I did see some people on the community page had photos of their. If you don't take them outside, they don't despawn. So they just had piles of drunk and
people.
Unconscious people.
I feel like this is the end result of a Tavern Manager. It's just like you've got a pile of drunk people.
You've gone insane.
Yep.
From all the toilets you have to unclog.
Yes. Yeah. I can imagine that would be problematic.
Yes. Well,
medieval toilets. I don't imagine that would be pleasant.
Oh yeah, it's an outhouse and a broom. It just lets you go at it.
Yep.
Unpleasant. Check it out now.
Yeah?
They've got their Oktoberfest.
Ooh.
So people are extra drunk.
Okay.
But yeah, that is
Tavern Manager Simulator.
Tavern Manager Simulator. It's a mouthful because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of tavern managing simulating games out there.
There is.
This one's gone in with the name. All committed.
This one's first person, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. First person, 3 hands. To juggle your three.
That seems like one too many hands for most normal humanoids.
Well, it's just because you start out with one waiting tray, and then you can buy a second one, and then you can buy a third one.
So is it 3 trays? Or just you've got 3...
The Steam achievement says I have 3 hands.
Okay.
So, anyway.
I'm going to guess this is something in reference to like people that work in hospitality having extra hands.
Probably.
Somehow.
Probably.
Yeah. You'll have to confirm that next time you go to a restaurant, whether the wait staff have 3 hands.
They do.
Somehow.
I've seen them carry crazy things. I don't know how they do it. Anyway,
right.
I have been speaking for many minutes.
You have.
My mouth can't keep going. It can't handle it. We are going to have to head off. We've
oh no
been chatting chatting, talking all through the hour. It's almost over.
Oh, no. Z
But
Games is beached. Z Games is beached, bro.
it's a beach. No, I'm not going to do it.
I have a story about beaches. I'll tell you after the show. It's not suitable for radio.
Oh, well, we don't. We got not enough time
Not
for
enough
these beaches
time.
stories, but
And not enough correct words to make it make sense on radio and make it appropriate.
we will see you next time
Indeed.
for the Maylee and Peter show
Featuring Z Games.
featuring Zed Games and hopefully Frostpunk 2 featuring Frostpunk 2.
More hours on Frostpunk 2. At least
Yes.
another hour. One more. Maybe 15 minutes.
Maybe 15 hours?
Yeah. We'll see.
We'll see. Okay.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thanks for listening to Z Games.
If you'd like to listen to more, you can find us on the Community Radio Plus app.
Or find us on socials at ZED Games AU.
See you next time.